Hey guys, welcome to Warrior Jessica Slashes Fat YouTube channel. So today I am going to show you how I make my chicken vegetable soup. It's all homemade, fresh vegetables and everything. So one of the things that has helped me lose 147 pounds since January 2019 is now September, the end of September of 2019. So yeah, that's a major thing because that's all natural by eating healthy and working out. So I'm going to show you one of the things that I eat that I make occasionally, and since winter and fall is coming up, I'm going to be making it a lot because it's great for your immune system and it's just great to detoxify. So I'm going to take you along and show you one of my favorites that has helped me lose a lot of this weight. Vegetables. They're great. I've learned to have a new relationship with my vegetables and figured out new ways of cooking them to where I like them. So this is one of them and I'm going to show you how. So today we are making my homemade chicken vegetable soup. It's so great to detoxify and the fall weather is coming in, so it is perfect for this time and I love it. It's like one of my favorites to make. Especially for the immune system, if you're starting to feel a little icky or whatever, this is great. Okay, so what you need is a lot of vegetables and chicken breast. I got about 4 pounds. I have bell peppers, the red and the green. I do about 2 small, medium, and then a large red. About a medium size yellow onion, white onion, whatever your taste preference is. I have cabbage, spinach, and today I am making it a tomato based, so I get the no salt added. And I have my minced garlic, I have my yellow squash, zucchini, fresh green beans, celery, cilantro. Cilantro is absolutely at the end. And then I love some mushrooms lately. They are great with vitamin D and they even have a little bit more protein in them. And then some fresh carrots. And then over here, you know, I don't use the oil because of the fat and the calories, so I cannot believe it's not butter or parquet, but I like this one a lot better. So this is, I'm not using broth, so this is the chicken soup seasoning that I get from HEB, and that's just garlic, salt, and I'm going to try to season my meat with this. This is chicken fajita, so as it's cooking, I'm going to season it with this and a few other things as well, but I will show you in just a little bit. But this is just a little clip of what you need to make a homemade Warrior Jessica soup. Warrior Jessica chicken vegetable soup. There you go. All right, everything has been chopped up, so I just showed you what all you kind of need for this, and I have finished chopping. You see there my bell peppers, the red is underneath too, and then I have my squash, zucchini, just everything you need. Cilantro is you don't cook it. That's like my topper to give it a little extra flavor, but I went ahead and chopped it up. So now we have to clean our chicken and try to get as much fat off of it as possible. Alright, so now it is time to clean the chicken off and try to clean off all this fat. Then I will wash it off. Always try to get as much off as possible. But if you're keto, well, use a keto, you want to have your healthy fats. Some of it peels off easy and some of it is a pain in the butt to get off, but this is what I normally would do just to try to get off as much fat as possible off my chicken, especially because how I'm going to do the chicken today. I'm going to let my chicken be the broth, and the last time I did that last week, the chicken came out so moist. It was so delicious. So you just kind of continue that and try try to get off as much fat as possible and any extra skin. Of course, as you know, safe handling, wash your hands before or anytime you touch anything else. I'm sure y'all probably already know that. I hope so, but just in case. Yeah, that way we don't get sick. So I'm going to continue that, get the rest of the fat off, and then I'm going to rinse it off, and then I will show you. All right, so I have gotten my chicken cleaned off, washed off. I got as much fat off as I can. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of seasoning to it, and I'm going to get it ready to get into the pan. So I use the pink salt, the Himalayan, however you say it. And then a little bit of pepper. And I just sprinkle over. And then I have some of my garlic, salt. This is what I use. You can find it at Ross. I was running low, so I went ahead and grabbed some garlic salt from HEB, which is like the fresh. So I just kind of mix it in there and mix it all together. That way I have that. So one of the big things that's going to help a lot is herbs with the taste. So I use Italian because I love herbs. I put together my own little concoction with rosemary, the thyme leaf, basil, the oregano grief, and a little bit of basil. I think I just said that. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it over it. That way, as I get my pan ready and get the other vegetables sauteing, this flavor of all this can kind of soak in. So you turn it over and do the same thing. So I have one more that I'm going to sprinkle on top of my chicken, and this is a chicken fajita seasoning. I get these from HEB. They are fresh. I love it. It's the best thing ever, and they have like all kinds of stuff. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna try it with the soup this time. You don't have to do it. You do whatever kind of seasonings you like, whatever you like, make it your own. That's what I've done. I made this my own. Okay, so cannot believe it's not butter. It's what I'm using. I went ahead and got some in there because I wanted to get it warm. Medium heat. Just pour a generous amount. So this is another one of the seasonings that I like to use. It's Adam's Reserve peppercorn and garlic. It's a sear, a sear and crust type of stuff. So I just do a little bit. Just gonna give me my pepper. Cause it's good. I like to sear my vegetables in it. Then I'm gonna add in some minced garlic. I got a tablespoon. So I like garlic, so I'm gonna try 3 of them and see how it comes out. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onion. So that was probably close to about like 3 cups. Or this might be 2 cups. 2 cups. 2 cups. And then I have my bell peppers. They're red and green. And I'm gonna let these kind of saute for a minute, and then I'll add the chicken. That way it can all cook together. So now that I have these all in, I am going to go ahead and just mix it together. Let it kind of saute. Look at all those beautiful colors. It already just smells so good just with these. So I'm gonna let it get warm, and then we can start adding the chicken. All right, so my vegetables have sauteed it for about a minute or 2, and now I am going to add in my chicken. That way it can all cook together. Gives it that flavor. And this is how I'm going to get my broth too. It's from the chicken. In the past, I've done the chicken breast with the bone, but I decided to just do chicken breast because it is a little bit easier. So now I'm just gonna let it cook. I'm gonna put my lid over it because the steam will help cook the chicken. And you can just watch and see what's gonna happen next. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay, you ready for this? Woo! Okay, nice and steamy. So it's been cooking about 15 minutes. So I went ahead and turned it down. We're gonna let that kind of, and see how it's already created that broth already? That is what's going to give you that broth, along with putting in some of the chicken seasoning. But we're gonna wait and see, let the chicken cook first. So I like to turn it pretty frequently because that way your chicken doesn't dry out and it cooks it all the way through. And it smells so good already. Like it's gonna be so flavorful whenever it is done. So about 15 minutes in, go ahead and repeat and turn the heat down. Like I started off at medium, so I turned it down to 3. So it kind of in between, depending on what kind of stove you have. Okay, so the chicken. All right, so I believe we are done. I just checked it and it's beautiful. So I am going to take it out and let the chicken cool and start adding some of the vegetables and some water. But that is the broth that the chicken created. So it is beautiful. And this is from just the chicken breast, and just as I showed you. It is beautiful. Ooh. This little piece there. So I have 2 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and add some of that to it. And I'm going to use some of my chicken soup seasoning. And I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons just to kind of see how that does. If I need to add more later on, then I will. So give it a nice good mix. So I added 2 cups for right now. So I may add more later on, but I'm going to start adding in some of the vegetables to cook. So first I'm going to start off, go ahead and get the carrots going because, you know, they take the longest. And probably the green beans and the celery. And I'll add in the rest of everything later on. And I'm probably going to have to get a bigger pot. I always do this. I'm going to give that a little try real quick. Oh yeah. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I will add in a little bit more water. Let it boil. Let that get cooking. Yes. All right, so I switched my pan out to a bigger pan. The rest of the vegetables have been boiling for a little while. So I'm going to add in these because they will cook a lot faster. And I've already shredded my chicken, so that is done. That's great. So yeah, this will this will feel like an army pretty much, but it is wonderful. Wonderful soup. And I'd probably add a little bit more water just so it can have some more water to it. And if I need to, I can add some more of the seasoning. All right, so I have added probably a total of 8 cups. I've just kind of added it in between. Like I just added 4 more just now. And I went ahead and put the rest of my chicken soup seasoning in here. So now I'm gonna add in my diced tomatoes. You don't have to do this, you can cook it without them, but I want some tomatoes in mine this time. And I'm gonna do some tomato sauce. So I'm doing 2 cans and 2 cans since I'm making a big batch. And most likely this week I will eat this for lunch and for dinner. That's when you know you cook good, is your food comes out very tasty, and when you know you can eat it twice a day. That means it's really good. But of course you don't have to do that. You can make a less batch, use half of what I just did, but I like to just cook it all because it's just me, and if I have a lot, then I can freeze it, which you know, is great for whenever you have a very busy week. So we're gonna let that shimmer and cook for a little while, and we'll check it in just a little bit. But yeah, we're almost done, and just like that, it is done. Add the shredded chicken at the end so it don't dry out. It smells so good. It smells so good. And just mix it up.